This is a terrible display, and let me see if I can explain why I think it's terrible. The idea behind this, or the need behind this, was to create a display that would go up in a public space in the school, and a student had done what he could during the time period, and then I kind of pieced it together after everybody left. And it really is awful, and it's awful that I created, so I can sort of point to it and say, please don't do this. So basically the idea is it's how to make a vinyl sticker. So this right here is a vinyl sticker, and these are some of the steps. So this is things that have been cut, and here these are things. This is one of the stickers that's been weeded, and this one here is it's been weeded and transfer tape has been put on it, and this is the explanation of it. It has a few things going for it, and again, I did this. This is not the student doing it, but basically it shows here, this is what it looks like after it's been cut. This is after it's been weeded. This is transfer tape has been applied to it, and then this is the finished one. It has a little explanation. There's a title for the panel. The student's name was on it. I blocked out the last part of the kid's name. The course is on it. That's good. It has a little bit of explanation of what the things are on it. I was in a great deal of hurry when I was putting this together. And so instead of putting this, like after designing the file, cut it with the vinyl cutter, weed the file so that the image remains, attach transfer tape to the image, and use transfer tape to put it on the sticker, put the sticker on an object. So this right here has like 1, 2, and 3. So over here it says 1, it says 2, it says 3. So the viewer of the sign is supposed to look at this and figure out there's a 1 here and they should go over here. And there's a 2 over here and they should go over here. There's a 3 here, they should go over here. And this one doesn't have a 4, and this doesn't have a 4. So it's sort of a little confusing like that. So I think these things here, these little captions, I suppose they're called, should be over here with the thing. So like cut it with the vinyl cutter and then weed it and then make the transfer tape and then put it on the final object. There ought to be like a little description right here, like maybe 1 or 2 sentences right here for each one of these. So I had these nice boards. This is 2 foot by 3 foot, and it's got this border on it. It's got the plexiglass. I wasn't able to get these borders to stick without the plexiglass. It was too thin, so these were just falling off. So I had to put the plexiglass on it, and you can't really see. See if I can. You can't really see it. You can't see that this has been cut. It just looks like 4 squares. It doesn't actually communicate what it's supposed to communicate. And because it's behind this plexiglass, you can't tell what the purpose of this is. And so you also can't see, the words explaining what it is. So this needs a better explanation. This, you can see it through here, but it would be better if this were just open to the viewer and it didn't have the glass in front of it. So having these labeled with each one. So the information isn't quite right. I think the title of it could be bigger. The student's name could be bigger. I think it could use like a paragraph here or over here, someplace on it, explaining the overall view of the project, and that's kind of missing. I think also it could use a picture of the student doing the project. That would be pretty good. Those things would kind of help it, like a paragraph or so giving it context and a picture giving it context. Another thing that is really annoying is the use of color and the use of angles. So this brown tan, which is the masonite background, it looks like an afterthought that it's even there, and I suppose it was because I was rushed in putting it together. The angles that it goes together, like these angles here, look more haphazard than planned, and I think they probably are more haphazard than planned. This angle here is not quite parallel with the border, but it's not quite really definitely at an angle. You don't even really, it's not enough of an angle to be a legitimate angle. It's more of a mistake than an angle. This thing here has kind of the same thing going on. It's a little bit of an angle, but not enough of an angle. It should either be parallel or at an angle, and it's sort of in that zone in between being parallel and being an angle. The white versus black, I suppose that could work, but again with the angles, there's like this goofy angle down here. Like down here, there's a little bit of black showing there, but not enough. It should either be there or not be there. And so this is my terrible display, and I would encourage people to not make these mistakes. So if you could not make these mistakes when making a display, you will have an awesome display.